Good morning, everyone. We are just standing on the date of 13th November, which is one day behind for our important key date we have mentioned in our monthly market outlook report for the month of November. See, the 14th of November date would be dictating or giving a confirmation based on the high and low break for the date of 14th November, which is actually tomorrow. So based on that, one can see the trend change for the current trend, what we are experiencing might be getting changes based on the high and low. So that should be closely monitored. So that is why we are actually mentioning is even today itself. So the 14th of November high and low will be a key one for setting the next, even for the rest of the month's trend. Until the end of this month, that may be acting as a trend setter for the Nifty and the Sensex. So that is very important. Don't forget to monitor it. And since yesterday, the market have solid performance it witnesses, and the confidence, if you observed well, the confidence level for the market have further increased with an clarity also, with a clarity in the sense, without hesitating to attract the buying while it is drifting downward. And even though while it is actually trading near to the support zones for the day or for the recent positional basis also, we have mentioned some supports. No, in that way also, it could not actually reflect that any shyness or any fear about getting rebound or getting breakdown in either way. So the clarity what the market has observed and what it has provided to all the traders was phenomenally great, we have to term it. So in that manner, after being or becoming intact in the trend and behavior mostly, the market has sold off that the clarity and confidence will be increasing even further based on today's trend, and which will not be having that much of significance for the day we are actually giving explanation. So the tomorrow's one will be the final chance for making a clarity and a confidence level which is going to further increase or which is getting turn around towards the downside like. So for that, we have to wait and watch till tomorrow's close happens on the market. Anyhow, for the date of 13th November, what would be happening? That means, despite there is a possibility of making thinnest range of trade when compared to yesterday, the opening trend would be expected on a flat to positive manner, or otherwise a very muted manner we can see, because the other global indices also reflecting the same. By following that kind of trends, the Indian markets also needed to reflect the same kind of trend in the opening. After opening in a positive manner or a negative manner, however, it is a very flat one. The remaining days trend, what we are actually forecasting means, the probability for making a range bound with a sideways manner within the tight range we can see. The probability will be very high for the tight range of trade, that may be yesterday's high and low. Between these points or between these ranges, the Nifty and the Sensex may be expected to play today. So in that manner, even though yesterday's gap up was happened, because of the yesterday's gap up behavior and the attempt towards the 26,000 also nears, today the hesitancy is needed to show here, because if it is continuously stretching towards 26,000 or beyond means, the possibility for attracting selling would arise. So it is very needed one for the day to consolidate within a small range. So in that manner, the 25,750 may be the bottom for the day. And for the upside, the capping zone can be treated as 25,950. So in between these 200 points, the trade would be expected to drive by the Nifty and Sensex. So for the Nifty's level, we have mentioned here the 25,750 and 25,950. So if it is so, or respecting our ranges, there will be nothing big going to happen for the day, and the indexes like a Nifty or other sectoral indices also may not be giving a good opportunity to trade on it. But the mid cap index, which is already having some positivity comparatively with Nifty and Bank Nifty kind of things, one can focus on mid caps or mid cap oriented index to trade on. The strategy would be very important to follow by the today's trade means buy on dips. While the Nifty is trying to near or a break even the support of 25,750, nothing to worry here because 25,700 also backing with and 25,600. Until then, it can actually get slider or decline. So nothing to worry until it is getting protected by the final support we have provided as 25,600. And with a buy and dip strategy that can be approached in case luckily if you see the market is drifting down. Or otherwise, if the market is trying to near the capping point before 12 o'clock today, that means at 25,950, the level is getting approached before 12 o'clock, where one should actually keep a close watch that whether the Nifty is breaking or trying to approach the 26,000. There one can see the further attempt toward making a further high also towards 26,100 may happen. So which means what? The markets mostly inclined towards a positive based on the strength and clarity it has already observed, mainly the confidence. But for the downside, it may not be having interest or involvement. And probably it may be attracting good volume in the buying side while it is nearing to the support zones what you have mentioned here. So that is what the strategy one should follow for the day. Nothing in the way of attracting or giving a bearish trend since the market is totally under the control of bull. From the positional point also, the Nifty, as long as it is trading above or sustaining above the level of 25,365, which was the 15th October's high, nothing to think about the corrective phase or a correction in the market, since the market would be attracting the selling whenever the support zones are getting approached. But anyhow, on the higher side, one should notice that a decisive break above 26,100 is needed, or a close about 26,200 also needed to see the new leg of rally is getting stretched or widened for the further target of 26,500, 26,700, even 27,000. That may not be happening within a short period. It may take some period or a time to reach that particular levels. So until then, the range between 25,500 to 26,000 can be opted by the positional traders. And the opportunities, when and all it is actually approaching the supports, there one can involve in the buying or additionally accumulate. And while approaching the resistance zones, a psychological one or a technical one, there one can reduce by the way of booking profits. That is very, very simple. Without a single point of emotion, one can easily approach based on our behavior analysis strategies, levels we are providing. And the sectors like automobiles, which would be acting very keenly today, based on the strength it has gained yesterday. And more than automobile, information technologies, that is also to be watched out in the way of building longs. And along with these sectors, the secondary preference can be given for the oil and gas, energy. With the support of Reliance Industries, which is expected to hold the market's breath and which may also can rise further, the energy and oil and gas would be supported by the Reliance Industries movement. And pharmaceuticals, telecom, media, and few stocks from the defense and the public sector enterprises and capital goods. These are all also can be listed up for your trading approaches. On stocks front, very important news-based one and earnings outcome-based ones. The stocks like Mahindra & Mahindra, Asian Paints, the first phenomenal result announced by the Asian Paint after almost 2 years. So in all the parameters from the financial analysis way, the Asian Paints results was predominantly good when compared to previous almost 6 to 7 quarter we can say. So in that manner, Asian Paints hereafter can be treated as a buying opportunity for the investment purpose, since the breakout from the technical perspective and from the fundamental way also, it has given a clear cheat for the all kind of parameters getting turned into positive. So that can be treated for the even 1 year or more than 1 year kind of actions on the Asian Paints. Tata Steel are one of the stock we have been tracking for getting a potential about 100% return. In that manner, many stocks we have already discussed, starting with HDFC Life, Suzlon, like the things. And this Tata Steel also can be added in the list. We have been expecting almost 500 rupees for the Tata Steel from the long-term perspective, that may be for the over 3 to 5 year period. But anyhow, this Tata Steel would be expected to attract some buying on the positional basis based on the result it has announced in a phenomenal manner. Adani Enterprises based on technical behavior, TCS based on technical behavior, and IRCTC based on results, Info Edge based on result, Deepak Nitrate, the stock may get tumbled today because of the weak result, and Nazara Technology based on result, Prestige Assets also based on the earnings outcome. So these stocks can be focused by the day traders to get as much as possibilities while approaching for the day trading. From the today's results front, the companies such as Eicher Motors, Muthoot Finance, Hero MotoCorp, Samvardhana Motherson International, Alchem Laboratories, Page Industries, IPCA IPCA Laboratories, New India Assurance, Vishal Megamart, Voltas, Apollo Tyres, National Building Construction Company, GMR Airports, Bharat Dynamics, and Jubilant Foodworks, amongst few also announcing their earnings for the September ending quarter. After discussing all the strategies to be followed from the day trading to positional perspective, even long term also discussed today, which can be reviewed and which can be applied in all the manner while the day traders till the long term investors approaching the stocks and market, that means index. So thank you for participating in today's trend. Don't forget to keep the stop loss in every transaction. Anyhow, today will be the breathtaking day for the markets, as we are expecting a thinner range of activities from the Nifty and Sensex side, which may be pushing all the traders to focus on individual stocks than the index. Wishing everyone to have a prosperous trading day. Thank you. Bye-bye.